Good afternoon and happy high noon. It is exciting again for our latest installment of Motivation Mondays. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm your main man, Kervance Ross, the Kingmaker, and we are here for this marketplace moment. If you have not taken time to share, get started right now. Tag somebody, tag your corporate exec, an entrepreneur, a visionary, a creative, somebody who wants to be better at business, wants to be better at their success in their professional life, needs to tune in right now. For those of you who are coming in for the first time, I want to give you some credibility because I know credibility sells everything. I am Kervance Ross. I'm a marketing leadership expert. I'm the owner of KDR Consulting. I said that from a branding standpoint. You're going to know why. Write it down. If you see it at the bottom of the screen, visit it today. KDRconsults.com. We are a marketing firm that specializes in the art of holistic marketing and strategic development. We cover everything that you need as your external firm that does all your internal marketing. We focus on major corporations, small businesses, government entities, faith-based, nonprofits, education, as well as entertainment. And we've been doing this for the last 12 years. Within that, we have mastered and cornered this concept of marketing on a major scale. Within that as well, we own a publishing company that prints, distributes, ghostwrites, and does all of the components of books for pastors and corporate leaders. And within that, the Kingmaker, one of the major components within the marketplace, ministry, and mainstream aspect, is allowing all of those places and areas to be bridged cohesively. And every time you tune in for Motivation Mondays, we're focused on the marketplace. All of us are in the marketplace at some space. You're either at work right now, you're focused on your business, you're thinking about building your business, or you're dreaming about the next steps. Today is that moment where success meets you. And we're going to help you. If you didn't watch last week's session, it is incumbent that you go back and watch it, and today get focused on our next step. I hope you're ready. Tune in, hit the share button. We're ready to go. Shout out to Loud and Brown, my boss. She is making sure that we're doing everything we're supposed to do. You got to have great people on your team. This is a major component. This one is free today. Make sure that you have people pushing you to be great. And this is going to be a successful moment. We're talking about branding today. First of all, I got to do a giveaway. Last week we had a keyword, and every week we're going to have a keyword. We're going to pick somebody today that has the keyword. If you will email corporateinfo@KDRconsults and just put in the subject line keyword, we're going to choose somebody randomly for a free consultation one-on-one with me, the Kingmaker. Do it right now. Corporateinfo@KDRconsults, keyword in the subject line. If you're not following me on everything social media, shame on you. You're not living right. Your business is not going to be successful. Stuff is not going to work out the way you want it to. You need to go to everything social media at I am Kervance Ross. I am Kervance Ross. And you can find me there. So let's get right into this. Marketplace is the area of your success 6 days a week, and for some of us, 7 days a week. Last week, we talked about marketing, recognizing that many of us think we know what marketing is, but we really don't. And I gave you 3 tips to master long-term marketing. Understanding that marketing is everything you do. Marketing in a 4-word phrase. This is how you'll remember the terminology of marketing from a definition dynamic. It's the psychology of satisfaction. The psychology of satisfaction. How do you satisfy the mind and the hearts of people over and over again to keep them satisfied? We're building on this, and today we're talking about a topic that everybody in business wants to know. Whatever your organization, whatever your entity is, you need this. And this is today's topic. Here it is: brand experiences, branding emotions. Again, brand experiences, branding emotions. Let me give you some preface and some background on why we're using this title today. Branding is the subset of marketing. Again, Branding is the subset of marketing. Look at marketing as the umbrella, and up under marketing, there are several tiers. But one of the key tiers is an area called brand and branding. Again, brand and branding. They are two different terminologies. One of them, the word brand, is a relationship that is responsive to perceptions that are focused on experiences with and information about. A brand is a perception that focuses on information with and experiences about. Why is this important? Because many of us think that we are building our brand. The truth is, other people, based off of their experiences with and information about us, are telling people what our brand really is. And the challenge is, if you don't know how to create an experience so that the information people go out and compile is profitable to what you're creating, your brand is convoluted. Your brand is contaminated. You have brand toxicity. And you've got to get to the point where you understand that the brand is an experience. Branding is a process that engages the hearts and the minds of your target. Two different concepts, because it's about the emotions, figuring out how people think, what they feel, where they correspond. That's a process. It will not happen at one time. So you have a perception and you have a process. So within this, the brand experience and branding emotions, there are going to be 5 things you need to be able to successfully do to create the brand experience and then branding emotions. Are you ready? You're not ready because you don't look like you're ready. I want you to hit the share button. Give me some thumbs up. Arm yourself with something to write with. Arm yourself with your notes, because you need this not just for good information, but implementation. First thing you need to be able to do to develop the brand experience and then turn around and do branding of the emotions. Number 1, here it is. Perception will always promote experience. Perception will always promote experience. This is going to be a challenge for many of us in the business development area. Why? Because we don't understand that although people have told us that perception is reality, that is not the truth. The person's perception is their reality. I'll say that again. Perception is not reality. It's the person's perception that becomes their reality. And what we've got to do is figure out how to shape the perception based off of an experience that will make our brand a reality in the eyes of our target. You've got to shape this perception. You've got to cover every corner of your brand. You've got to make sure you got the right people on your team. You got the right product. You're doing the right pricing. You're presenting the right presentation and doing it over and over again. Understand that you've got to promote the experience. And many of us are promoting emotions and not experiences. Again, many of us are promoting emotions, not experiences. You're creating perceptions based off of your personality. Let me help you understand. Your personality will create bad perceptions in the eyes of your target, because some of your personalities don't fit your brand. This is why authenticity is so important. You cannot build a brand that focuses on your personality. You've got to allow the brand to develop its own personality. Let me help you understand. I have a straightforward, direct personality. I tell you like it is. But when it comes down to my brand, I often have to make adjustments to create the perception so that you can digest the personality. If I allow my emotions to water down your experience, it minimizes my productivity. And many of us have to get out of our emotions because we're stuck in the branding moment when we're supposed to be in the brand experience. And you want to know why your success is not happening in your business, why your brand has its ups and downs? Because you have not shaped a perception that has a long-term successful experience. You've got to get out of the way and craft the perception that fits your brand. Does that make sense to anybody? if this is making some ringing reality, you now looking at your brand and saying, man, I messed up. I wish you would have talked to me 12 years ago. I wish you would have talked to me 5 years ago. Hey, it's not too late. You can get your help now. That's why we have KDR Consulting. If you didn't have a problem, we wouldn't have a solution. So, number one, the first thing you need to do from a brand standpoint to create the brand experience and branding emotions. Perception will always promote experience. I know we got some latecomers. Thank you for joining. We're not going to beat you up like they beat you up in church. We want you coming in. Raise your hand. Tell us you're here. We are here every Monday at noon for this Motivation Monday, and it's all about the marketplace. Get all of your marketplace friends and tell them this information can change your business right away. So come in. Number one, perception will always promote experience. Number two, I hope you're ready. Number two, brand experience, branding emotions. Learn to embrace blasphemy while evading your spirituality. Learn to embrace blasphemy while evading your spirituality. I know I just lost some of you. Why? Because some of you, just like me, are church people. You focus on your spirituality. The word blasphemy has a negative connotation, but stay with me. I am not getting ready to lose you. I'm getting ready to elevate you. Here it is. Marketing from the brand component has a lot to do with a blasphemous mindset. What does that mean? When you're trying to engage people for a brand experience, you've got to engage them with this word, enthusiasm. Enthusiasm. Many of you don't know what enthusiasm means. This is why you're messing up in your brand. Enthusiasm has a compound connotation to it. It's a Greek word, 2 words. En, meaning within. Theos, meaning the possession of a God. So when you put within, in, theos, the possession of a God, what you get is the God-like desire to be excited by the possession of an internal God. I didn't know what that word meant. I never thought about that. I never knew that. When you create enthusiasm, you duplicate the same emotion that you have in church when you are spiritually involved with the moment or the experience. If you are in the Black context or the African American context, you are finding yourself often over engulfed in the worship experience. You lift your hands, you give, you're engaged. This same reality is one of the key components to developing a brand experience. You say, Kervance, that's blasphemous. Well, that's why I use the terminology. And you've got to evade your spirituality, because if you look at this from a spiritual context and not from a business context, you will miss the crafting of the perception. Sometimes this is problematic for us who are Christians because we want everything to feel churchy. Understand that the marketplace can only be drawn into your ministry when you speak the language of the marketplace. And when you're talking about enthusiasm, you've got to engage them the same way church engages you. Well, is there an example of that anywhere in the real world? Yes, I'm glad you asked. If you've ever turned on QVC, what QVC is the real-time example of the spiritual QVC called TBN. Oh, you real mad with me now. I don't like how you looking at me. You do not understand that TBN is a QVC for Christians. The product is ministry. It's global ministry. They present different personalities, and these personalities give you their angle, their perception on this product of the gospel. And at the end and during every engagement on TBN, Trinity Broadcasting Network, they make sure that you contribute on a consistent basis through your giving, your financial contributions. Switch this to the marketplace, and QVC, whether you have every station on cable or just your basic stations, they're giving you QVC for free. And if they catch you between 10 and 2 in the afternoon or 11 and 5 in the midnight hour, what you'll find yourself in the process of is catching a personality that's pushing a product that's not even as spiritual as the Christian experience. And because of how they present it, the enthusiasm they engage you with, you are now enthusiastic about purchasing something that you had no desire to purchase in the beginning. And what they do with your enthusiasm is give you an option to invest in their enthusiasm that they have now created in you. You say, oh, I never thought about it like that. You do recognize that even if you have the basic stations, they're okay with you getting the basic package as long as you turn on QVC, because they can get all their money back from what you didn't purchase with the premium package by just getting you enthused about QVC. If you understand that concept and you don't infiltrate your brand with this level of experience, you are missing the mark. Because if people are not enthusiastic about your brand, you're not engaging them emotionally. You're not getting them engaged to the point that you recognize how they think and what they feel. Because the experience is about contemplating how you can psychologically satisfy them over and over again. It's all connected. It's an experience that you now connect to emotion. Two things that we've covered. I hope this is good. If you like this, give me some thumbs up. Hit the share button. If you're not following me on social media, do it right now. I am Kervance Ross. And you got this keyword showing up for this week. You got last week's keyword, but now you have this week's keyword. We're continuing to grow, and we're here every Monday at noon. So we've covered two things. First reality. Perception will always promote experiences. Number two, embrace your blasphemy while you evade your spirituality. If you haven't and you're just coming in, don't judge me on number two. Go back and listen to it. Number three, the third reality for brand experience as well as branding emotions is this. Don't let your colors kill your community. Don't let your colors kill your community. This is where a lot of companies, entities, and businesses go wrong, because you got a logo that was designed because it's your favorite colors. Your colors are pink and green because you're AKA. Your colors are red because that was your mama's favorite color. You've got colors that had nothing to do with the community that you're targeting. And what you don't realize is, going back to that definition, the psychology of satisfaction. Psychology is a science. And what you've got to understand is, in the industry and the world of branding, you could be using the wrong colors and killing the community that you're targeting. Oh, the light bulb just came on. You got the right brand, but you got the wrong brand color. Understand that you will never, ever find a bank nowhere in the United States of America that has the color pink in their logo. Well, the piggy bank that your grandmother gave you was pink. It was good for your coins, but it is not good for the community of finance. You will recognize that every fast food restaurant in the United States of America that's successful, the colors that they use are red and yellow. That is not by mistake. I see you looking crazy. You're looking up, thinking about it. McDonald's, Wendy's, KFC, Domino's. They're using those colors because together in that industry, those two colors make you want to eat food fast. If you choose the wrong colors, you can kill your community right away. And many of us have chosen colors with expertise that's not real. You've got to get to the place where you stop using your expertise for an area that you're not an expert in. You're only killing your community softly. You are now in a space where you're killing what you're supposed to be giving life to. Your colors are 65% of your brand success. Hear me again. Your colors are 65% of your brand success. And if you want to be successful, don't use your colors that make you feel good. Use the colors that are most beneficial to your community. You got that keyword. I'm going to keep talking about this keyword. Why? Because if you use this keyword next week, remember it, and we're going to do a giveaway. I'm going to do a brand evaluation of one random individual who will have a one-on-one with me, and I'll evaluate your brand free of charge. All you need to remember is the keyword. Write that keyword down. I hope this is helping you. Only got two more and we're out of here. Brand experience, branding emotion. Number one, you have perception will always promote experience. Number two, embrace blasphemy while evading your spirituality. Number three, don't let your colors kill your community. Here we go. Number four, this one is going to be good. Number four, process will always build loyalty. Process will always build loyalty. Now that you got the experience, you got to move to the branding. Branding is a process. And you've got to recognize that if you don't go through the process, you are minimizing your consumer loyalty. Many of you are trying to build a brand and do the branding process right now. I've been doing this for over 20 years now, and I'm still developing the process of developing my branding. Why? We're doing something different here in just being on Motivational Mondays. We're giving you a different look. We're giving you a different process. We've added videography to what we do. Why? Because our process is creating loyalty. You see what we're doing here, and your question is, I really like that look. How do we get that look? Go to kdrconsults.com. We have to master it for us so that we can make it loyalty for you. It's all a process. And many of you are not finding the loyalty. Why? Because you're trying to shorten the process. You're not credible right now. You're trying to make people invest in something that you have no credibility in. And the process creates the credibility. Do not expect that now because you got a social media platform, now because you got a website and a pretty logo, that now everybody's going to want your product. Let me help you understand. Social media is a bridge. Social media is not a building. I'm going to say that again. Social media is a bridge. It's not a building. It's a process that helps you get from one side to the other. Anybody know that what a bridge is? You recognize that generally a bridge is over a body of water, and it helps you get from one side to the other. What you've never seen in your life is a house or a building built on a bridge, because you do not build houses or buildings on bridges. The bridge gets you to the building. The bridge gets you to the house. And the fact that your process is not efficient, it doesn't have credibility. Many of you are building your house on social media, and you've got to go through the process of putting all the components in, because the experience and the emotions have to marry each other. Learn how to embrace the process. There's no shortcut to this thing. It takes time. Number 5, and we're out of here. I hope you're getting this, and I'm hoping you're sharing it. If you've already shared it, go back and adjust the comments and let the people in your circle know how this message is being beneficial to their business. This is for entrepreneurs. This is for people at the desk right now. Some of you are working for somebody and you've been wanting to build your brand. You've been too afraid. I'm empowering you to walk away from the desk. Don't do that if you ain't got no money right now. I want you to do the process. Remember, we just talked about process. Don't wake up and say, I heard the Kingmaker, I'm leaving my job today. When I get through with lunch, I'm going to clock out. I don't have no job for you. You need to follow the process. Number 5, this is the last one. Become concerned with feelings more than finance. Become concerned with feelings more than finance. Why is that important? Yes, we're all in business to make money, but we can make a lot more money when we tap into the feelings of our target. Everything in branding is about how you make people feel. The fact that you're tuned in is that I make you feel a certain way. I make you feel empowered. I make you feel clear. I have a project manager. She is about everything being in line and in order. And how she feels that day ties into the success of every project that we have. If I recognize that her process and her personality is emotionally driven and it's focused off of feelings, and I try to take that away, I take away the success of her job function. I have a videographer who is all about the details. If you don't give him the details, you're not going to get what you're looking for. It's about making sure that I fit where he feels. And this is where we make the mistake of in business. Many of us don't fit the feeling of our target market. You don't care about your feeling, the feelings of your target. You don't know how to make them feel good. You don't know how to make them feel warm and fuzzy. And sometimes you got to get over your cultural breakdown. You cannot say that's just how I'm made. Nobody is going to spend money with you based off of how you made. They will spend money based off of how you make them feel. And we've got to tap into making people feel the way that tickles us to get their finances out of their pocket. Let me help you understand. Your business is in somebody's pocket. The way you make your business financially successful, make them feel good, they'll go in their pocket and give you what was in the pocket. But if you make them feel bad, they'll put their money in their pocket and go tell other people about how bad you made them feel and keep other people from spending money with you. You've got to touch feelings so that you can increase finances. This is about the brand experience, branding emotion. I hope this has been helpful. Look, you can't afford to not be here with us every week, every Monday at noon. We're giving you stuff that can change your business, your corporation, your entity right now. Don't just get the information. Start doing the impartation. Implement these things. The keyword, write it down. On top of that, if you have last week's keyword, email us at corporateinfo@kdrconsults.com. And in the subject line, put the keyword and we will choose one random individual for our giveaway from last week. When I come next week, tune in, bring 3 people with you. We're going to have the keyword giveaway again, and you get a free service again, one-on-one. If you're not following me on social media, everything social media, I am Kervance Ross. If you have not shared, share it right now. I want to help you from a marketplace standpoint, and we're going to be here every week doing that. As always, it's your main man, the Kingmaker. Today is your moment of success. I want you to wake up the king in you. I want you to wake up the queen in you. Each one of you have seeds of purpose, greatness, and success buried on the inside of you. The challenge is you don't recognize when these seeds are properly cultivated, when they're properly nurtured, when they're properly fertilized. They turn into mighty oak trees. They turn into mighty pine trees. And when fully developed, they provide resources for others. They provide shade for others. They provide nurturement for others. It's not just for you. It's for everybody you're connected to. If nobody's told you today, let me be the first to tell you that I love you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. On top of that, I would like for you to follow our company, KDR Consulting, on everything social media. Go do it right now. We're waiting to be connected to you. I'll see you next week at noon, Monday, for Motivation Mondays. Focus on the marketplace. Share the message. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy your day. Peace.